Hi guys, it's me again, back up here with another bid, okay, for the collective. If you feel guided or interested in purchasing a reading, you know where to find me, okay? So the channel message has to kind of elaborate on yesterday's kind of message a little bit about kind of not knowing where your next steps are and things of that nature. Go watch the vid if you need a refresher, okay? But there's a particular part that I talked about in there is being humbled to your source, right? When God humbles your motherfucking ass, you have to understand there's a certain energy with that, okay? When you step into the energy of true submission, right? Submission, really. And what I see in my one's eye right now is, I don't know if you guys are aware of the Hierophant, right? The Hierophant card, if you think about in tarot, right? You have I don't know if that's a priest or the man in the cloak, and then you have two individuals kind of in the prayer position towards like a higher power, right? This is that type of energy when it comes to hitting that threshold of full surrender and full submission to your creator. When you're in that threshold, you can kind of feel like you're in that Hierophant position, right? So in that on your knees position, on your face position. Some of us right now could be in an energy of really in obedience, sacrifice, right? So in these moments in time, giving God a lamb, if you want to say it like that, in these moments in time, it's that type of energy in these moments in time, okay? So when you're in those spaces, this is when you really hear God. When God knows that you are open to listen, you're open to work with, right? Because sometimes we can be stubborn and sometimes we can be very rigid, you know what I'm saying? And where God can't work with you. God needs you to be mutable. God needs you to be adaptable, right? This is that type of energy, really understanding that. I don't know why, like, it's not about that, but still. Damn. Anyways, yeah, man, being adaptable when it comes to your surroundings, man, and really being obedient to what God's telling you, okay? So to like really wrap this message up, because I feel like it's everywhere. My energy is kind of everywhere. But really being in that space of surrender is what's going to get us to the next level in our lives. That's what's going to help us shift. That's what's going to help you become that best version of yourself. But to become that best version of yourself, you are going to have to put your boots on the ground. The moment that you put your boots on the ground, you're going to have to tend to your garden, going to have to tend to your soil, right? And let that shit work its way out. Just because you don't see anything sprouting doesn't mean underneath ground that roots aren't growing and roots aren't getting rooted in whatever you're doing and whatever path you're taking right now. Whatever path you're taking right now. But God only can move in your life when you become mutable. God can only move in your life the moment that you become adaptable, submissive. Right? In a very submissive, vulnerable space. That's when God can drop you. Hey, I'm going to need you to be here. Hey, I'm going to need you to do this. Hey, I need you to talk to this person. Right? That's when God can work with you. When the moment that you get out of the way, the moment that you step out of God's way, right? Because the moment that you step out of God's way, aka meet God at that park bench that we talk about, when you commune with God at the park bench, that's when you come up with your next plan of action. The moment that we lose sight of returning back to that park bench, that's when we think, oh, we start taking things in our own hands and noticing shit ain't working out, right? We start fucking shit up. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like when you're putting something together, let's say, like, thank you, God. You putting something together, right? It's like some furniture or something. I don't fucking know. And you try to put the shit together without reading the directions. Yeah, that's that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? That's that type of shit when it comes to not returning back to the park bench where you and God commune at, where you and God negotiate at, where you and God have that dialogue at, because that's where you're going to get that next step, that next plan of action, that next thing. Okay? So before I go, it is about being in a space of surrender and in that energy of submission. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by submission is, like we've been talking about in this message. For God to work with you, you have to be adaptable. You have to be open. You have to be mutable. Right? And to be in those spaces requires submission. So submission of control. And all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, because I don't know why God's really showing me this image here. Can I change the... Yes, I can. Okay, so they're wanting me to show this map on my screen here, okay? So most of the time we be living our lives like this, right? Wanting to know where the map is, right? Knowing, hey, where we're going, what's the next exit, where's this, that, and the third, right? A lot of times God has us in a space where God might take the map off, and where you're focused on whatever this is. Try this song, is hard. Anyways, it's not about that. Let me turn back to me, okay? So you see, just to give that image, okay, guys, you know, when you get into your car, you got your maps, you know where you're going and where you're heading. But God will put you in spaces where he'll take the map off the screen and ask your ass to ride, right? But to be able to ride, right, requires submission, requires a level of trust, right? Because where you're going, right, God is setting you up for greatness, understanding greatness, right? So you're asking for greatness. You're asking for a change in your life. You're asking for these different things in your life, right? It's going to require that level of taking your hands off the wheel, allowing God to work, not having the map on the screen, right? This is that type of energy in these moments in time here. Not asking God, where's the next move? Where are we turning? You know, this said turn left, doing all this. Why are we going this way? Why is there a detour? This, that, and the third, right? That's where it requires you to have that level of submission, okay? So, anything else? I don't think so. Okay, I think we're going to leave it there. Remember, all messages are not for all, they're for some. Take what you need and leave the rest. As well as we got that slot open for personal readings. If you feel guided or, oh my God, guided or interested. Oh my God, I got word vomit. Anyways, hit me up, man, for a reading, man. Y'all know how to find me. I shouldn't have to always do that, but y'all know, okay? I want y'all to take it easy until the next vid. Peace.